What's up, guys? It's MX Reloaded, and I haven't been making videos in a while, and I'm sorry about that. I've been really busy recently, doing a lot of things in my personal life, and yeah, really, I've just been kind of busy. But we're playing Armored Kill, and this is my first Armored Kill video. It's not necessarily my first gameplay. I wish I had been recording my first gameplay because I did really well, but I didn't, and I really regret that now because I had probably 2 hours of really good gameplay that I could have been recording. Alright, so here we're in the scout helicopter, which is not something new, but I really like this scout helicopter because, I mean, I'm not very good in vehicles, but I really like the scout helicopter over, say, like the attack helicopter because you still have the heat seekers and all that, but you also have these, the guns on the front, and I really like those as opposed to the missiles. They just seem to do better for me. Yeah, that's pretty much that. But look at this map, I have to say. I love all of the Armored Kill maps. This one's Bandar Desert, for those of you that don't know, which you probably already do. And here's why I like the attack helicopter. Right here. You can just I just take down this attack helicopter. Or sorry, I like the scout helicopter, not the attack. This is why I like the scout helicopter. It just works really well for me. You can take down attack helicopters, planes, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. This is Bandar Desert, and Bandar Desert's a pretty big map. The biggest in Battlefield history. And just look at it. I mean, it's pretty massive, and I think it's a beautiful map. I'm not normally one to like appreciate what a map looks like, but I really actually like all the maps in this. Bandar's pretty good. My favorite of all of them is Albor's Mountain, though. I mean, I love that map because it's just so big and complex, and with the mountain and all that, that you really just have to think at how you play, and I really enjoy that. That's probably my favorite. Armored Shield's pretty good. I have to say it's like basically a remake of Caspian in a way. And then there's Death Valley. And Death Valley is real nice because it just introduces. I mean, there's always been that kind of that navy blue camo, and I'm not usually one to prefer like really care about camo or whatever that the person is wearing, but honestly, if you're wearing navy blue camo on that map, it is so hard to see you. That or the Spec Ops, but I think that the navy blue camo is just amazing on that map because it's really hard to see people with that. Death Valley's fun. They're all really fun. I do have some minor issues with it. TDM's pretty good on this. I mean, it's kind of like any other TDM. You can't really go wrong. What else? Rush is okay. I mean, but I think these were made to be like old Battlefield, with Conquest. Really, you can get attacked from any angle by anything. And it kind of goes back to like what 2142 kind of used to feel like with the gunship and all that. You just kind of had to be really aware of your surroundings. You had to be aware that pretty much anybody could see you at any time. And that was a really cool kind of element that I really liked in this. There's the new vehicles. There's the tank destroyer. There's the mobile artillery. There's all sorts of stuff that are in this, and it's really, like, they're really great. The tank destroyer is probably one of my favorites of all of the new vehicles. It's just kind of like a nice little element to have. The gunship, I don't know really what to think about it because in Rush, it's really great. I mean, it basically gives the attackers are stacked. Rush is not good at all in this Armored Kill DLC, but it adds a really good element, I think, to Conquest. Although I think it should be kind of buffed because it's not really something you have to, like, it's something you'll run into a couple times during the game, but it's not something that's, like, really OP, I'd say, at least in Conquest. There's the mobile artillery, which, is good if you really know how to use it, but I don't really know how to use it, personally. So I don't really run with that at all. It just kind of, I just don't really like how it works. It's kind of difficult to understand and use, and you get C4'd all the time. I have to say, though, my favorite of all the vehicles in the whole DLC is the ATV. Oh my gosh, that thing is so fun. I mean, you can just fly around and do giant jumps. I mean, in Bad Company 2, they had ATVs, but it's a whole different thing. These are a lot faster. They can take more jumps. They don't like glitch into the ground like they did in Bad Company, and it's just really fun. I think I mean, you don't even have to be fighting. You can just run around on those things. It's like an ATV game sort of thing. You don't even have to play Battlefield. And the cool thing is it doesn't really take away from your team either, with like 64 players on a map. And that's one of the things. You kind of like, I find that if you have, I've seen like 4v4 versions of, Conquest 1,000 ticket servers for this DLC, and I'm really confused by why people do that. It's like, you're never going to find each other. You might get lucky and run into someone partway through. But really, other than that, it's really, some people, what I found also with this DLC is that it tends to attract a lot of the people that don't really play like Metro and stuff like that. They tend to play more of, like camp sniper sort of thing in Caspian, on the far edges of Caspian, and that's what's really great, is because you get all these people that love doing that, and then you throw them into Armored Kill, and then they may be okay at taking out other vehicles, and using engineers against vehicles, but when it comes to infantry combat, you destroy them every time. It's hilarious. I love it. Like, I was running around, and I one time was just using a Scar H because I'm trying to get all those assignments and stuff. I was using the Scar H. I didn't run out of ammo. I just switched to my 1911 and killed 3 people just for no point. And then I killed another 2 as they came along. It's funny because no one is really good when it comes to that. Although if you are in a vehicle, you do have to watch out, and that's kind of the purpose of this DLC is not really the infantry purpose, but really the tank, and they have such an abundance of tanks and stuff like that that there's nowhere you can go that you don't really need to have. Like, you can always have a vehicle if you really want one. Even if it's not necessarily the vehicle you want, you can always have one. Alright, so what do you guys think about this DLC? In my opinion, it's pretty good. It's definitely a Conquest-based DLC, but I think it's really fun. And what do you guys think? Just leave it in the comments, and yeah, late.